Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman, Adventures with Rhiannon, Stardew Valley, Retired Slow Play 1.5, part number 60. And I can't believe we're already at part number 60. We're on the 27th day of winter in year number 2. And we wake up, we got 151,000 gold in the bank, which feels really good not to be broke. And we're going to run up here and say good morning to Harvey Jr. Hi, Harvey. Hi, Jr. How you doing? And just going to go ahead and start our morning. We've only got 2 more days left of winter, and then we are into spring. All right. Clint, who we're making new friends with, gave us a recipe for bean hot pot, which he'd mailed us some, which you've used kind of in the mines just to have some kind of food for backup. But I thought it was kind of funny that he now sent us the recipe so we can make our own. We're going to go ahead and give some water to our kitty and go ahead and check on our animals. So, as you can see, I'm leaving the gates open. You can do that in the winter because I've closed the doors of the coop and the shed. I'm sorry, let me say that again. The coop and the barn, and because the animals don't go out in the winter. And the door, leaving it open in the winter doesn't matter. It's just a role-playing thing for me to keep it closed. Plus, if I'm not ready for them to be out the first day of spring, the door is shut so they won't come out. So I had looked to see that I had a couple of these small bottles of goat milk tucked away because I need them for something. And so I went ahead and just left them in there for now. From going forward, we can go ahead and use any goat milks that we get and putting them in the cheese press. So we're going to run around and say good morning to everybody, and what I'm doing is holding down my right mouse button and just sliding it along as I'm getting close to any of the animals or the eggs laying on the ground, and it's picking things up as we go. And then we get all that stuff. Everybody's been loved on. Good morning, everybody. And then we're going to open our chest and see what eggs. Oh, look at all of those dinosaur eggs we got this time. I always get excited when they come. It's like, all right, we'll make some dinosaur mayonnaise. So, extra dinosaur mayonnaise. There we go. All right. Animals taken care of. Now we get to go into the greenhouse. What do we got today? Nothing. The star fruits, though, look like they're ready to pop. So, that's a good thing. We are saving up star fruits because we need them to build Junimo huts. I think we need 9 for each one, and I think we're going to do 2. So we need 18 star fruits, and I think they have to be the same quality. So that's why I'm kind of looking. You can see I have 9 of regular qualities there. And our wines were ready, as indicated by the wine keg sitting outside this shed. So when I know that thing is showing a bottle of wine, it means all my wines inside are ready. That's why I do them all at the same time. Eventually, we're going to put lots more kegs in here and be doing a lot more at a time. At this time, we don't really have enough fruits and vegetables to keep that many going. So we're going to wait for a little while. We'll fill this shed and then we'll go back to Robin at some point and yay, look at the cheeses. We'll go back to Robin at some point and have her turn the regular shed into a large shed. So I was looking here to see what we had. I think there was 7 spots available. Yeah, 7 cheeses that we can put in here. So our cheeses, the current ones that I'm putting in here, are already gold star. So all they got to do is get to the iridium quality. So we'll be able to compare what we get for regular milk, regular cheese and goat cheese are the distinctions. Anyway, I was reordering this. Right now, we're just kind of hanging on to all these different wines that we have. Eventually, the only thing I'll be putting in here is star fruit and ancient fruit wines, but we're not there yet at all. So it's okay that we're using these various wines that we've been propagating. I'd much rather hang on to them and have them available for the kegs than throw them in the shipping bin. Eventually, I will do that because I do like growing a variety of wines, or making a variety of wines, and that's just me. That's just the way that I like to play. And then I put them in the shipping bin directly. I don't age them. So anyway, it looks like we got all of that stuff done, all of our chores done, all of our things put away that we had. And I'm just kind of taking a look around down here and thinking where we're at. I'm looking at this area right here. That where I was just at is where we're going to put that first fish pond. And if you have not watched a previous episode, what the fish ponds are for is we can put any fish we want in it, and what it does is they populate themselves. So it's like if I put in a single salmon, then it's going to keep going. Then all of a sudden there'll be 5 salmon, and as they go up, they require you to give them gifts. They require that you put something in there. So it's very interesting game mechanism, which we'll see later. I'll do something besides the coral. Right now I'm going to do coral because we need deluxe speed grow. We need a lot of it. And obviously we can go down to the beach and look for it there. But at the same time, we can make our own on our farm, and that's so much easier. So just kind of hoping that maybe, just maybe, we can get more Omni geodes and more Magna geodes so that we can get some iridium ore. It gives us an opportunity to get some iridium ore, because until a special thing happens, that's the only place we can get it. Really, is either the quarry, which if we can get lucky, there's one node there once in a blue moon, or we can go in the lower levels of the mine, and then you get an opportunity, more of an opportunity to get Omni geodes and Magna geodes. So that's why I'm coming down here. We'll see if we have better luck today. We've had not so good luck lately. Well, we got 2 cave carrots, so that's kind of cool. So we'll just kind of hang out down here for a while. I thought it was a good use of our time. Plus, we need the stone. So because we're not out of stone, but I don't want to get to the point where I'm struggling to have enough stone. So I like to kind of keep ahead of that. And the mine is a great place for that. If you don't want to come down to these more dangerous levels like this, you can go on the higher levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's still plenty of stone there. And we got some coal in the deal. So right there we've got all kinds of goodies. We got stone, we got gold ore, we got bat wings, which are a resource, and coal. All of that is a good thing. So I'm kind of keeping my foods in order, and I'm keeping that little cherry bomb there, because if I come across a place that has a nice cluster of stone that I want to, run. If I have a place that I want to blow up some stone, I can do that. I'm not a bomber person. I know there's some people that would in a million years come in here without tons of bombs. Bombs are a resource that you can make, but you have to use resources to make them. So I just never, I don't want to do it. I don't care. I'd rather take my time and knock the stones, or use my pickaxe and knock them down that way. Okay, if I get these ones that you do see, these bombs that I have, those are either gifts that someone has sent me in the mail, or they have been, I got them from creatures, so I just happen to have them. I don't find them, it's not my play style. So I wasn't finding too many. Oh, look at that to the left. That's a diamond node. We like that. Diamonds are worth 750. And also, I do think a number of people love them for gifts. So either way, we got a crystallarium that is making us diamonds. And then when we find extras, that's even better. So yay us. So we're going to keep going here and see what we can get. It's only 2 o'clock. We're getting a lot of gold ore, which is fine. I think we're doing okay on gold ore. We haven't really used much of it so far. We do need to, at some point, which I have really neglected doing, we need to upgrade our other tools, and I haven't done that yet. So we'll get around to it. It costs money, and at the time when we were needing it, it's like, I don't want to spend the money right now. Now that we have plenty of money, it's just not the right time. I need my pickaxe, I need my hoe, I need everything, so I don't want to turn it into Clint and have it be gone for a couple of days, especially right here 2 days before spring. So, oh no, we are getting infested. I hate it when it does that. In this case, it's going to be bats, which they're just annoyances. They don't, if I'm careful, they won't do too much damage. And see, even then, I swear that I was right there. So you guys, go away. So they're doing a little bit of damage. I don't like that. But We'll put the bat wings away. They are something that we will need eventually. As I've mentioned many times from the very start of this playthrough, you need all kinds of resources, and you don't know what they are until all of a sudden it says, I need to make this and I need that to do it. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're just starting out, you need to hoard everything. Obviously, you're going to have to sell your initial produce and things, but any of these type of resources, anything that could potentially be used as a resource. Actually, I think if you put your mouse on it, it says it's a resource. So keep an eye out on that, and save everything that you come across. And then the other things like crabs, for instance, or any particular kind of fish, I'm going to be working on saving 5 of the highest quality that I have so that I always have them. Because it's really a bummer when I get a request, someone wants, let's say, a salmon, and I have exactly one. I think it was a tuna that happened. Somebody wanted a tuna. So I had to make a decision. Do I want to not take this quest, or do I want to give them my one and only tuna? So we need to save pretty much 5 of everything is my thing. I know other people have different amounts that they save. It's just that 5 is my golden number here. So kill the bats. Kill all the bats. Those red ones are a pain in the neck. Look at my health. Ugh. We did find a magna geode, so that's good. We're looking for magnas and Omni geodes that are the ones that could potentially give you iridium ore. Oh, goody, an Omni geode. Yay! So we've got 2 magnas and 1 Omni. And look at me putting them in the right order. Yeah, I have a little bit of OCD. It's not horrible. It's not to the level where it messes up my life. But you know, there's little things like that. It's so hard for me to let things go. I know that's what you're supposed to do when you're OCD and you're trying to work on that part of yourself. You're supposed to let things go. It's so hard. But I'm doing pretty good with it. But there's certain things like in the game, it's like, okay, I have to reorganize my pack now. No big deal. All right, got a couple of these chests. Sometimes you get nothing. Sometimes you get something really great, and sometimes you get some cave carrots. So I have to hit them because you never know. There's a ton of stone around here. So, okay. This is level 114. So, who knows? So, right now I'm just looking to try to get some Omni geodes and also looking for a way down. It's like there wasn't anything that I saw. All right. There were also no creatures, and there's still no creatures. And the question is, do I want to keep poking around in here or go down further? I thought, let's go down a little bit further. Yes, I know there's more dangerous creatures, but that's okay. Like these the helmeted things. And these things, I don't know what they call those. And I call those things the ghosty things. I don't know what they're called, and I don't care. We'll just go ahead and kill them. As you can see, it wasn't too bad. Our health didn't go down terribly low. And here's another ghosty thing. I call them that because it's so hard for me to see on my monitor. With the dark ones, are so dark. They're hard to see. They kind of look like ghosts to me. So I call them ghosty things. Ooh, iron ore. That was nice. I love that when that happens. Got some gold. We got plenty of gold ore this time. It's not on my bar, so I can't really tell. I've also eaten all of my goodies that I brought with me, so we won't be in here much longer, especially if we come across any creatures. We're at level 116. Oh, that thing. Ugh. I'm trying to get away from it and kill it at the same time. Oh, and he gave us a bomb. Well, thank you. I appreciate the bomb. So now we got a couple of bombs that we've been gifted. So why don't we just use one of them, one of these little ones. I hate doing that because I blow myself up half the time. There we go. Didn't hurt myself. And I'm going to move the ores down here. And so it's like, all right. We've got 2, one Omni and 1 Magna Geode. So, okay, when I come up here, everything just kind of comes to me. I think I have a vampire ring on or something that helps that. So I don't have to get as close to stuff for it to show up. So there we go. We're looking for a way down. And let's see, we're at 117. It's 9 p.m. and I don't have any food to eat. Oh, I did have a cake carrot just pop in there. So we're doing okay for the moment. Oh, an immunity band. +4 immunity? Wow. I don't know if I've seen that before. There's so many rings and things in game. I never remember seeing that one. And we are being infested yet again. Really? Do we really need to go through this? I mean, what do we get from the bats? Bat wings. As far as I know, I don't remember getting anything else. Bat wings, bat wings, bat wings. Ugh. It's not a huge level either. It's just, where are the stupid bats? Bring them on so I can kill them. And probably have to go home after this. It's 10 o'clock. Those red ones really hurt me because they get so close, and I don't know why. So we got all but one. He's kind of a slow guy, I guess. But he did hurt me. I don't like that. Oh, there's another one. Thought we had killed them all. Okay. So, let's kind of knock around here and see what we can get. I know there's some gold ore right there. So we're getting plenty of gold ore. Wow, I don't even know how much we got this time. We'll find out. And it's getting awfully late. It's 10:50. I don't like, I'm in a role-playing sense, I really don't like being out past dark. I like to get in bed by 10 o'clock. That's partially role-playing. The other part of it is I can't see the screen very well when it's super dark. And it gets really dark at night. So I don't, since I don't have to play at night in this game, oh, another magna geode. Since I don't have to, then I just don't. It's like, okay, turn right around and leave the mine. So I just don't. It's the way I play this game. Now, there are other games that you have to play at night, like you can only catch certain things or do certain things at night. But for this game, for the most part, there are a few things that you have to, a few fish you can only catch at night, I think. But other than that, you can play this game all during the day, which I really like, just simply because I can see. So quite a bit of gold. That's pretty cool. I have way too much sap, so I've got just short of 2,000 saps. If I find that I need it for anything, I will start collecting it. Otherwise, I'm going to be putting it in the shipping bin. Let's see, what can we put away here? And I'm going to go ahead and put that immunity band in there. You can only wear, is it one ring or two? Now I can't remember. No, you can wear 2 rings. And I like the ones I currently have, which I think I have a glow ring and a vampire ring. I'm not sure what all it does. But for now, I'm going to hang on to those. But I'm going to hang on to that immunity band. That's +4 immunity. I kind of like that. So we'll see. Later on, there's all kinds of interesting things you can do with your rings. So that's another hint for you. And let's see. We now have 5 crabs. So I'm going to put that one in the shipping bin. And I think you're going to put the sap in there. Goodbye, goodbye. And I think I'm going to hang on to that diamond. I got a reason for my madness here. All right. So we are coming up on the last day of the season. Let's see what we got with our cheeses. Let's take a quick look at that. And come on, come on. Goat cheese is worth over 400 more per piece than regular milk cheese. They call it, the distinction, the description is cheese and goat cheese. So goat cheese is a lot more valuable, especially when we start really cranking it up and we are gathering, 16 or whatever, 32 at a time. Here's to a fantastic year. I have complete confidence. Oh, thank you, Harvey. Let's go check Harvey Jr. Look at him up bright and early at 6 o'clock in the morning. Hey, cutie. There you go. Go back in your crib where you hang out all the time. All right. Our very last day. So we need to make sure we have as much preparation done as possible. So preparation includes having as many of our seeds run through the seed maker as we can. And oh, look at another diamond. Look at that. Look at that. Make sure that we have as much as we can get, because if we are short on anything, we're going to have to go to Pierre's. This season, I'm hoping I'm hoping the last year that we have to go to Pierre's for seeds at all. So it's all a matter of propagating, not using all of what we had, running them through the seed makers, and but still having enough to make our wines or our preserves or whatever we're going to make. And hello there. Hello, Poppy. How you doing? So Awesome. We got 2 big milks that we can put in there. 1 milk, 1 goat milk. And you can see the goat milk was distinguished between, it says goat milk and then it says L dot goat milk. That's large goat milk. And it's worth more, obviously. All right, good morning, everyone. How is everyone on this last day of winter of year number 2? Are you all doing well? I hope so. I think that we have full hearts with everyone in here. I haven't checked it, but I just know from experience that if you love on them every single day, that after a while they will be 5-hearted. And you have to maintain that. You have to do that in perpetuity until you find this special item, which is very late game. So for now, we are going to make sure that we come over here and love on everybody just about every day, with very, very, very few exceptions. Let's check the greenhouse. What do we got going on? And we have a star fruit, and we have another star fruit. Look at that star fruit over there. All right. Regular, though, it's not. I don't think we have a hearted one. We need more, please. All right, let's come in here. And what I'm doing is, since we don't need the regular and the silver star fruits, I'm popping them in the seed maker. So that way we can get more seeds and we can go plant more. All right, so I'm going to run down to our cellar real quick, check on our wines and cheeses, see what's been aged up. And we have 1 goat cheese that aged up, so that's fantastic. As we saw when we woke up this morning, a iridium quality goat cheese is worth $9.60, I think it was. $960 for each one. So that is fantastic money. That's going to be one of our big revenue streams, especially when we start propagating our goats. They start multiplying themselves. All right, pop that in there, pop that in there. And let's see, I'm kind of just looking at the stuff that we had for that special thing. The mysterious bundle. I'm refilling my water can in my little pond there, just to make sure that I always have it full. It's like, which chest does it go in? It goes there. I'm so excited. All we need is 2 more gold star ancient fruits, but you have to wait till they get harvested, and then it has to be gold. It's like, oh my gosh, really? That was really interesting. I hit the area of soil next to the artifact spot, and I got something. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And of course, I love getting the clay, which we don't use yet, but we will eventually. And a prehistoric vertebrae. Didn't need it, but that's okay. We're going to go to town. We're going to go see our buddy Clint. See if we can get some iridium ore. First off, say good morning to him, because we never do. Where is he at? He's down there. He has 1 more heart to go. It's not crucial, but I do want to talk to him as much as I can. And he loves diamonds. So I thought, okay, because I had a spare one. Yes, it's 750, but I want to work on that relationship. Clint and Willie are my next 2 people to work on relationships. Again, it's not important at this point. It's not crucial or critical, and it's not time sensitive. But it's something that I do want to do. Eventually, I want to be, oh, look at that, 3. Yes, yes, yes. That was awesome. Sorry, I got excited. Okay, Omni Geode, are you going to get us anything good? A single piece of clay. Are you serious? Are you serious? Those are so hard to come by, and I got a single piece of clay. How annoying is that? Quite is the answer to that question. Fine. So we're going to go back to the bus stop. And oh, I was so aggravated. But at the same time, I got iridium ore from the magni geode, so that's cool. Let's see, that is we already had one. Again, I'm collecting these. Back up to 5 diamonds. It's fine. Diamonds get requested, and sometimes they're loved gifts. So that's a good thing. And let's see here. We got clay, and there we go. Oh yes, we can make another iridium sprinkler. How awesome is that? So cool. So we're going to run that through the. So right now we have no iridium ores, which is not good. I want to get that going. So So put that in there, put it in there, put it in there, and there we go. And we got a couple of copper bars we can put away. I'm kind of getting uneven. I like to try to keep similar, like 30 of each one or 40 of each one. If I get unbalanced, it bugs me. So put away these things that we found. I don't know what they can be used for. Maybe someday we'll throw them all in the shipping bin. I went ahead and grabbed that one ancient fruit seed. I want to leave one in my chest there for a placeholder, and then grab the ones that we're propagating. And look at that, we got 5 out of 2 seeds, so that's fantastic. Very excited about that. It's like, I want to run down here also, and to obviously keep our charcoal kiln going, because we do need a lot more of that. And I also want to grab some fiber. I've got like 200, over 200, I can't read that, 260 or something, and make some more grass starter. Because what we're going to do is, today, at the last day of winter, we are going to put down grass starter in the areas that our animals are going to eat. And what it does is you can put it very sparsely around, but it explodes the first day of spring. So that's what we're going to end up doing. I'm going to run over here and watch for that iridium ore to pop. We need a gold bar, iridium bar, and a battery pack. I know it's coming here in just a minute. I just don't know how soon. So that's what I'm waiting for, and I'm standing there watching it. I know that it takes longer to make iridium bars than it does, say, a copper bar. I kept thinking it should happen any second. So I keep watching. In the meantime, my charcoal kiln keeps making charcoal, and I thought, okay, I'll keep feeding it while I'm waiting impatiently. Because what I want to do is, if I have more ancient fruit seeds than I have spots on that first 24, I want to go ahead and plant or place the next sprinkler. So I was like, okay, now we've got another bar. It's like, come on already. I'm so impatient because I don't know how long it takes. I never looked it up. I know it tells you on the wiki, but I didn't want to bother looking it up. I thought I'll just stand here and it'll happen, right? Then I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. I was waiting and waiting and waiting. It's like, keep the charcoal kiln going. In the meantime, getting charcoal is just cool. We need it for every single bar we are creating in our furnace. We need a piece of coal. So that's why I keep feeding it the wood. Wood is so plentiful, and you can get it just about anywhere. I found it really fascinating that someone was saying that wood is kind of a hard thing to come by, and I'm thinking, really? In the 11-year farm, never had a problem with wood. Maybe they're doing something completely different than I'm doing, but I always have sufficient amount of wood. First off, your own farm is, of course, where you get your first batch, but then you can go to the quarry, and those trees that are growing there, it seems to me that was a later add-on. I don't remember there being trees in the quarry when I first started playing. You can go up to where the train area is. There's trees that grow there. You can go south of your farm all the way to the Wizard's Tower. There's tons of wood there that you can chop down. So, and it's always growing back. And there's also other miscellaneous places, like right north of your farm, right along the path that you can head over to go to Robbins. There's trees there. At the bus stop, there's trees there. So to me, it's a never-ending supply. And if I was using too much, like if I was running short, then I would grow trees that I could chop down. Have just a specific area and chop them down and make sure that the seeds are propagating from the trees nearby, and just kind of keep going. I don't know. I've never had a problem with that. And stone is never a problem. If you run out of stone, you can't find any place to find it, go in the mines. Level 1. Go right to the level 1 of the mines. So what I decided to do is, while I was waiting on that daggone iridium ore bar, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go up here and go ahead and hoe the area out that we're going to need. and it's a 24 spots around the center of the sprinkler. As you can see to the right, that's exactly what I'm duplicating. So it's basically 5 by 5, but the center is where I put the sprinkler. So it's 24, which is fantastic. I get so excited when you finally are able to make these sprinklers. To me, it's a game changer as far as your volume. So as you can see from the very beginning of when we started humbly. We started with, what was it, 15 parsnip seeds? That's all we had to our name. Look how far we've come in 60 episodes. And I have done many times, I've done screenshots and showed you guys, and we'll be doing that all along. I will be doing screenshots of how the farm currently looks compared to what it looked like on day one when we showed up with our nothing, and we were gifted 15 parsnip seeds and some basic tools, and we started with that and we got to where we are, which is, to me, awesome. And so I like showing the progression of where we've gone. I'm still waiting on that daggone iridium ore bar. It's like, really? I'm ready. I'm here. So anyway, I'd like to show the progression. And occasionally I will show you the 11-year farm. That's kind of more or less the blueprint that I'm working off of. And that is basically a compilation of farms that I researched on the forums. Again, there is a link to the, it says the official Stardew Valley forums. Fantastic people there. You can put your screenshots of your farms there. And so I went to the people that did the type of farms that I want, which is the standard farm, and looked at their arrangements and took bits and pieces of things that I liked and then just duplicated it. So as you can see, what I'm doing is just very sparsely putting down the grass. It's called grass starter, and it was a recipe that someone had given us. And you can see it's kind of pretty. It shows it's very winterish looking. And so if you put it down on this last day of winter, what it will do is it's going to explode the first day of spring. So you don't really need, I don't think I need nearly as much as I'm putting, but that's okay. It's made from fiber anyway, so it's not a big deal. We've been collecting fiber all this time. So I'm getting both of my fenced in areas where my animals can go. You can see that I have the option of being able to close the fences and move them around. And to me, I've done this as a way of how I perceive that real farms used to be, where they would, grass-fed animals were rotated out through the farms, through the different areas and enclosed with fences. So that is what I ended up doing. I've got that all set the way I want it. I want them to go on the left side first, so that's why I closed that so I wouldn't forget. And then I'm going to go ahead and tuck away that grass starter. Don't know when we'll need it, but we are going to need so much more. Again, it's made from fiber, and so finally that iridium is ready. Holy moly, that took forever. It's like, I can't believe how, I don't know, I should have timed it how much it took. It was a long time though. So now we can make another sprinkler and take that into the greenhouse. So here we are. There we go. We had everything we need. Boom, bing, boom. Now it's so wonderful that we finally had one sprinkler, and I did see that this gate was closed. I thought maybe I ought to close that because I may forget and then my animals will get out, and that would be a bummer. All right, so as you can see, I've got my spot to put that sprinkler down, and since I planted those on the same day that I'm putting the sprinkler down, they won't lose a day of growth. So there we go. That's 2. We got 2 more spots to work on. We'll get there eventually. And I'm thinking, what am I forgetting? Oh yeah, maybe I ought to go close that fence. Also, I'm ready for my animals to come out the first day of spring. There's no reason for them not to, so I went ahead and opened their doors so they can come out. And you don't have to do it like I did, but when they get up at 6 a.m. or so, I want them to be able to get out and get into that grass. So we're ending our very last day of winter in year number 2. And of course, we know that the first day of spring, what's our weather going to be? It's going to be, no surprise here, it's a beautiful sunny day tomorrow. Yay! So awesome. One thing I realized that I had not been checking that TV for the recipes, and I really need to go back and start doing that because some of the recipes you get there and some, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? First off, look at our cheese and look at that. There we go, 960. Beautiful. Okay, remember I told you something special happens the last day of winter or the first day of spring? Look at what happens. It's Grandpa. It's Grandpa. Look at him. That's our Grandpa that left us the farm. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. My dearest granddaughter. It's been many years since we last spoke. You were just a little girl. Do you remember? Well, very vaguely. Look how far you've come. Thought, though you may have forgotten me, I have been here all along. Well, that's comforting. You see, my body has departed this world, but my heart will always remain in Stardew Valley. That's cool, Grandpa. It's nice to know you're nearby. You've been here 2 years now. I'm so proud of you, my dear. You're a better farmer than I ever was, and you brought great honor to the family name. Well, thank you, Grandpa. I can feel it now. My spirit is finally put to rest. Bless you. The future of Monroe Farm is in your hands now. Farewell. Farewell, Grandpa. So that was a very special event that happened. And later on in this episode, you're going to see why I was very adamant about the things that I wanted to accomplish by the end of the second year. It's wonderful to see all the plants whatever he said, new life, whatever he talks about the beginning of the season. And hello, Harvey Jr., how are you doing? It's funny, you don't have any control over how high in the air he goes, but it's really funny when you see him go a little bit or way high, and look at this mess. Oh my gosh. Look over here to the left, Grandpa's shrine, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. 4 candles. Now, while we're doing the morning chores here and getting started, I'll give you a very quick explanation of what that means. So based on a number of factors, and those factors would be having the farmhouse upgraded a certain amount, having a certain amount of money total earnings. My total earnings was over $600,000. Having a spouse, so being married. Now I started having at least 8 hearts with 10 villagers, and I would have to try to remind myself what all of the rest of it was. But those things that I insisted on accomplishing basically gave us points. Based on the points, then you get X number of candles on that shrine. The most you can get is 4. If it's called Grandpa's evaluation. By the way, I'm trying to get all these weeds, stone, and rocks, the pieces of wood, everything I can out of the way so the animals can get down in here. Based on that evaluation, you get your candles lit, and if you only get, let's say, 1, 2, or 3, it's not the end of the universe. This is what I learned on my first playthrough when I first started playing. You can request Grandpa to come back later after you've accomplished things. But if you accomplish them right off the bat, then something very special happens. Not only do you get the 4 candles lit, there's something else that happens, and I will show you later in this episode what happens because of that. That is you can get, it's a point system, and you get certain points for that. So if I only had 5 villagers I was 8 hearts with, I would get X number of points. If I only had 200,000 total earnings, and I would get X number of points. So it's all a point system based on a number of things, and however, those things that I wanted to do, I was able to get the 4 candles and the special reward because of those 4 candles. We will see it later in this episode. So right now, it's, as you can see, it's much harder to run around and see your animals when they're in the grass, but I don't care. I don't want to keep them cooped up in the barn or the coop, and no pun intended. So I want to run in here with my milks and pop them in that cheese press. And I need to go collect all my eggs. So first I go down and say hello to everybody, and then I come on in the barn and the coop to complete my morning chores on this first day of spring in year number 3. And we are just cranking along here, doing so well. And let's see, where's the eggs? There's an egg. I don't know, hopefully I didn't miss any. I was double checking. It's like, okay, and I'm also looking at my eggs thinking, which eggs do I want to put in the mayonnaise machine? And we're going to go with plain eggs, or brown eggs in this case. All right, that's done. So let's go over here and check in the greenhouse and see what we got going on there. Oh, the star fruits are ready, and the apples are ready. So awesome. We're going to grab these star fruits and go see how we are doing. As we mentioned, we are going to make sure we save enough so that we can go take them to the wizard, who will help us build the Junimo huts. So I want to make sure I have plenty of those, and I don't know for sure if I need, trying to say, do I need to be in here? It's like, yes I do. I need to get these things organized. I am very disorganized at the present moment. It's like, I got too much stuff. I really need to move my tools down. I forget about that, especially this first few days of spring, because I got a lot of farm cleanup going on. So I need to make sure that I've got the tools that I need to go. Not, you may have a log that's in your way and you can't get past it, or it may have whatever, fiber or weeds or something. So I'm putting those regular star fruits in the machine. I want to put my apples away. And I thought it takes 10 seconds to make seeds. I want to double check and see how many do I currently have. I have 3. So I'm going to replant the starfruit seeds, but I'm also going to save the other ones. We're not going to run them through the kegs just yet. So I'm kind of like very disorganized here, trying to get it, because I've got so much stuff and doing too many things at one time. So it's okay. It's okay. It'll all get done. It's very exciting this first day of spring. There's so much to do. Really, what I should have been doing, I thought about this after the fact. I should have ignored all of this and just gone straight to my planting area and got going on it. All right, so I thought that maybe these winter roots could be put in the preserve jars, and the answer is no. So I cannot figure out what use winter roots are. So I'm going to go have to research that. I was very disappointed. Okay, it's like, what the heck? So right now I can't put anything in here because I don't have anything I can put in my chest. The last thing I had was a runner root, so what a waste of that was. Okay, there's a log in the way. As you can see, we've got a whole bunch of cleaning up to do to get done here this first day of spring. But it's a very exciting time to me. I love spring in real life. It's my favorite season, and it gets me very excited. When all the trees start to bud out, and actually at the time that I'm recording this, it is springtime where I live, and to me it's just the most marvelous time of year. I absolutely love it. So what I'm kind of trying to do here is get myself a little bit better organized. I got so many things I need to throw in that shipping bin. It's like, okay, put these tools down, let's go to the shipping bin. Shipping bin, you can put things in 2 ways. You can have something in your hand and just dump it, or you can click on the shipping bin and then select the items from your inventory. So that's what I was doing very carefully. It's like very carefully putting those things in there, because I don't want to accidentally click on something that I don't want to put in there, like seeds or star fruits. All right, 2 pieces of cheese are ready. So let's put what we got up, and then we'll take... we have regular goat cheese, which is not gold quality, which means it's going to take a lot longer to age it. In the future, I probably won't use those because it takes longer, but right now we need to put in everything that we can. Okay, let's see what else we got. We've got 2 iridium quality regular cheeses, and now we're down to the winter roots and the star fruits to take care of. And again, if I had thought about this ahead of time, I wouldn't have done any of this. Look at that planting area. It's a mess. There's weeds, there's stones, there's logs, There's grass. There's tons of stuff we need to clean up. So, okay, let's look and see. We've got many more seeds than we need. We can only plant 8 right now because we don't have enough iridium to put in iridium sprinkler, but that's okay. And the rest of these, I'm just popping them in here. All right, so we've got plenty, but we're working on saving up 9 of each, at least 2 stacks, because we want to go build a Junimo hut, hopefully in the summer. All right, so let's get these planted. You can see that it maintained my deluxe speed grow, so I didn't have to put it down again, so that's great. That cuts our growing time down by 25%. I'm gonna go put away these runner roots. I have no idea what to do with them. I probably ought to go to the wiki and check and see what they can be used for, and if the answer is nothing, then I'll start throwing them away. So I'm checking my seeds, and it's like, this was really premature. I really should have gone and cleaned up my area first, but I'm looking at thinking, my gosh, it's almost 2 o'clock and I haven't planted anything. It's like, okay, and I got things out of order. I grabbed all of the cauliflower. It's like, oh, how annoying. So I'm just grabbing the things that I know I'm going to be planting. I know I'm going to do this rhubarb. It takes 13 days to mature. And the rhubarb is a spring thing, and we got that from Sandy the merchant at the Oasis Desert. And that'll be our first rhubarb, I'm pretty sure. So we only bought 8 seeds to begin with. Probably should have done a heck of a lot more, but at the time I wasn't sure what I was going to do or how I was going to be laid out. So first things first, I shouldn't have grabbed all those seeds. I should have just grabbed my tools and start hacking away at everything. Our weeds can be all done with our scythe. We're going to start doing everything we can with that first, trying to get this area cleaned out. And obviously we can't do stones. So just, you can switch your tools around, or you can use one tool and just use it until you can't get anything else with it. Look at that little frog running along. That's so funny. Remember the first time I saw it, I thought I could get it, and I chased after it, and it was a futile thing. You can see I've also got a ton of hay. Look at that, 46. I'm getting a lot of hay from cutting down this grass, which is good. Our silos had got pretty low, not too low though. We have more than enough. I thought that was interesting that there was a tree growing right there. It's like, how did that happen? Because generally trees grow from seeds that get dropped from trees nearby. So I don't know how that happened. Weird, huh? Okay, so we've got our hoe, and if you recall, I had upgraded it to the golden hoe. So what I'm going to do is hold it down, and you can see that it does a much larger area. Now, I end up with really much more area than I could actually plant, but that's okay. I know that I can do 8 around each of the sprinklers. So I'm just trying to make it as fast as possible. And it doesn't knock your sprinklers out of the way. It does knock things like that torch that I had there. I was trying not to do too much here. It's like, okay. Again, it doesn't do your sprinklers, and that was nice because when they first started this game, it would knock your sprinklers, and it was like, oh no. So again, this is the next to the highest tool for your hoe. The next one up is an iridium quality, which obviously, as you might surmise, it's going to cost a lot of money, and it's going to take iridium ore. So that will be an eventual thing because it makes your growing season so much faster. As you can see, I'm way outside my planting area, but that's okay. I can leave it, or I can unhoe it with the pickaxe, as we learned in our previous, either, I forget already, was it this episode or the previous one that I told you that little tip? But you can see this is going much quicker. And when we get our iridium hoe, it goes even much more quicker than that. So we are just kind of doing it real quick. Again, it's already 5:30. So I really wished I had paid attention, listened to my normal plan, which would be get out here and get this area done as quickly as possible. And so anyway, it's okay. We got till 2 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully it won't take that long. And we're getting clay and acorn, another acorn. I thought that was so weird. I don't know why or how that happened, but it did, but it's okay. All right, our planting area is now officially completely hoed up. So I'm going to put strawberries all along the edges. Now I don't have as many strawberry seeds as I want. I really want them to be all around the outside, but I didn't buy any, haven't bought any more. And I wanted to put them all along the edge, but I just don't have enough. So I decided to go ahead and put rhubarbs along the outside, and that when I have my full field, that's what you're going to see. In the middle will be the main crop, and then on the edges are going to be this, what I call the secondary crop. And the secondary crop would be things that propagate, or I'm sorry, that give you multiple harvests, like that bean, which is really annoying. So I'm going to go run around and put down my fertilizer and see if I have enough for everything. So as you can see, I'm holding my right mouse button down and just running along, holding the mouse on me and trying to get it. And you can see the soil changes, and it just kind of fills in your area here. Again, it's going to be 25% faster. And at this point in the game, that's my absolute favorite to have, is this, because you get 25% faster. There's all kinds of fertilizers. This is my preferred one. So we're getting there. It's getting late. Oh my gosh, it's getting late. It's okay. We're going to make it. Once we get this fertilizer down, it'll be really quickly to plant our cauliflower. And oh goodness, I think I forgot to put it on the yeah, I did. That was not too... Oh, I could. Now, I think that's a change, too. It let me fertilize plants that I have just planted. I think that's a change because I don't think you could before. So I was really happy to see that. It's like, yes. So I messed up, but it's okay. It's a fixable thing. And, oh, yes, I think we did it. And so what I'm doing is double checking to see that I have fertilizer everywhere. I do believe I do. Maybe not the bean. Now it's time for cauliflower. And again, I do my right mouse button and just kind of hold it on me and run around. And there we go. All right. Come up here and plant this. And I can tell by looking, I'm going to run out before I get to the bottom of this planting field. So we don't have nearly enough. So we are definitely going to have to buy more. I hate that, but it is what it is. But on the other side, let's look at the bright side. We don't have to buy that many because we had these already. So that's fantastic. So I am going to miss a grow day, unfortunately, on the ones that we're going to have to go buy, but that's okay. We planted more than half of our field with seeds that we propagated. I'm going to come down here very quickly and try to clean up this area. This is where I'm going to be planting more cauliflower in these areas right here. Yep, it's like, okay. I don't know why I'm doing this now because I don't have the cauliflower. I need a lot more. Ugh, but it's okay. But this is where I'm going to plant cauliflower, and someday you'll see why. I'm not going to tell you, for those of you who have never seen this happen before, or have never seen Stardew Valley. I'll just let you see the surprise when it happens, because it's pretty awesome when it does. Again, I'm fertilizing this area. Hopefully it'll stay there and fertilized so that when I come back tomorrow with the seeds, or whenever I come back with the seeds, then I can pop them in there. I also need to plant the blue jazz flowers from the seeds that I have there. They're going to go right below that sprinkler by the beehives. Again, planting flowers near your beehives increases the value of your honey. You can see it's getting very late. It's 11:40. It's like, holy cow. I can't believe how late it's gotten. I need to be way more organized next year so that I've got just enough time. I got to hoe up this seed or something. You know, it was an acorn tree growing there. Put down the fertilizer, which I'm so glad. Look how much I had left. Oh yeah, I have to hoe the area before I can put it down. It's like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm forgetting things. And let's get that fertilizer down and plant that blue jazz. All right. So, oh my goodness, what a busy morning that we've had. Super busy morning that we had. But let's go up here for a minute and look at Grandpa's shrine. We click on it and a statue of perfection pops out. You found a peculiar statue behind Grandpa's shrine. a statue of perfection. It's made of pure iridium. Now remember I told you that there's a reason why that was really important? There totally is. So we're going to take this statue of perfection and we're going to stick it up here by the crystallarium. Now tomorrow, or in your case, the next episode, you're going to see why that was so important and why I worked so hard to achieve what I did at the end of this year. Thank you so much for following me along. I hope that you will check out this next episode coming up here in a few days, and you'll find out what that crystal or what that perfection statue does. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. But the most important thing is I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.